Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Look, let's just break it down honestly and objectively. Ryan Garcia will end Abner Modest's career. And look, we just got to be honest about this whole situation. You know, what's happened recently is Ryan Garcia, over the last few days came out and, put up a post on Twitter about, him and an MMA star and possibly having a fight. Then in response to that, Abner Modest comes out and basically states it's funny how fighters are calling out UFC legends when they still haven't done anything in their own sport. Just saying. Now the funny thing about this is Abner Modest did not tag Ryan Garcia, but who else would you be talking about? He's literally the only one that's stating this. And then he turns around and Ryan Garcia responds. He responds and states, I find it real funny. Old Abner Modest is talking trash. If you want to get knocked out again in the first round, then be my guest. And that goes for you, Modest. So then Modest responds to that and basically states, he's just getting up. And he states that, you ain't knocking no one out, especially in the first round. Wake me up when you fight someone decent. So, he reiterated the same thing he did in the first tweet, basically saying that you haven't done anything in your sport. And then in a response, he says, wake me up when you fight someone decent. So you're saying that Ryan Garcia hasn't fought anyone decent, even though he's at a prospect level. So you can understand that his big step-up fight is Jorge Linares. That's the fight that he's looking to have as his big step-up fight. But the fact that Abner Modest and Ryan Garcia keep exchanging these words, these guys going back and forth on social media, let's just be honest and objective about what would happen if these two guys met. And if these two guys met, what happens is Abner Modest gets absolutely destroyed. He gets absolutely destroyed. He was already knocked out by a left hook in the first round. Ryan Garcia's hand speed is just too much. His size is just too much. Abner Modest will be overwhelmed. He doesn't have elite defense, so he's going to get caught early and often. Ryan Garcia is too big, too strong, and not to even mention that Abner Modest just had a major eye surgery. This is the type of fight that will end his career. He cannot compete with Ryan Garcia. But let me explain to you why, these guys feel the need to say things to Ryan Garcia. And let me just break it down. Everybody looks at Ryan Garcia as, this guy that's friendly and, he's approachable and, he reminds you of a young Oscar De La Hoya in a lot of ways. And the interesting thing about all this is everybody thinks it's sweet with Ryan Garcia. They ignore the elite hand speed. They ignore the power. They ignore the 5'10 frame. They ignore all the good qualities about Ryan Garcia. They ignore the fact that this guy is training with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez. They ignore all of these key factors. And they don't realize one simple thing about Ryan Garcia is that he's an absolute killer, and he's growing to be a killer. He's being groomed to be a killer by Canelo and Eddie Reynoso, one of the best power working teams in boxing, period. So let's just be honest and unbiased. Abner Modest do not and should not and probably will not ever cross that street to fight a guy like Ryan Garcia, because that will be the end of his career. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP.